Louisiana Beer Reviews 49, Busch Light. Busch Light, at 4.1% alcohol, was introduced by Anheuser-Busch Brewing Company in 1989. This beer is one of the top-selling beers in the United States. It's one of the top 10 beers. It says on the can, great taste and an easy drinking light beer. Natural aging, natural carbonation. Brewed from water, barley malt, select grains, hops, and yeast. There are 3 Busch products on the market right now. The regular Busch, which came out in 1955. The Busch Light from 89. And Busch Ice, which came out in 95. Now the Busch Light uses the exact same ingredients as regular Busch. It's just brewed in a lighter manner. And the ingredients it uses are as follows: 2-row and 6-row barley malt, plus Munich malts. It uses a corn adjunct, water and yeast, and it uses Cascade, Glacier, and Millennium hops from the United States, and it uses these hops from Europe: Tradition and Strisel Spalt hops. This beer gets a D- on Beer Advocate, and the Bros gave it an F. It also gets poor ratings on Rate Beer. I have never done a video review for it, nor have I ever done a written review. But I have tried it before. I probably drank it 10 years ago, and in my whole life I might have had it maybe 10 times since I started drinking beer in February of '96. So I can't really remember what it tastes like. I just really remember it was a stereotypical light beer. So that's what I'm expecting, but I'm going to try to keep an open mind with this. But apparently it has its followers being one of the top 10 beers produced. Okay, pop it open there. Get a lot of smoke coming out the can. Give it a good pour down the middle. Alright, you can see it has an extremely thick white head, which is going to probably dissipate rather quickly. It's got a very clear straw appearance. Lots of active carbonation there. You might be able to see the bubbles streaming up the glass. Now it's starting to get really warm in Louisiana. We went from being bitterly and miserably cold about a week ago. Now it's really warm. Getting close to 80, in fact. So, go ahead and give this the smell test. Yes, it's very sweet, mild aroma. You can pick up your typical beer smell, the grains and the maybe a little bit of hops, spiciness there. But it's a faint aroma. Go ahead and give it the taste test now. It's a pretty nice looking beer in the glass, I'd have to say. Okay, it has a lot of sweetness involved here. The taste is mild, but it does have taste. It's not like I was reading on the internet, people were saying it has no taste. It's tasteless. Well, it certainly has taste. It's not tasteless. You can't really pick up any individual grains like, barley or corn. But you get that beer taste. It's a light taste, of course. There's such a mild hop bitterness with this, but it's there at the back end just to give it just the slightest bit of hop spice, and I mean slight. It's very similar to the regular Busch, just on a lighter level. It really is the case. I'm not a light beer drinker myself. I don't typically go for light beer. I just don't. It just doesn't have a bold enough taste for me. But I know that there are millions of light fans out there in the world. Tens of millions, hundreds of millions, really. Light beer is the most popular style of beer. Other people ridicule it, I understand, and we have a right to ridicule it if we want, but it's still very popular, and there's nothing else you can say about that. It's just the most favored style of beer on this planet. And you can see this has a pretty good amount of lacing left behind. The mouthfeel is, of course, light and watery. It has a crisp, clean finish. The drinkability is super high. I mean, this is something that's easy drinking like water. There's nothing foul about it. There's no bad taste involved with this. If you're a person who enjoys light beer, I would recommend this. I think this is probably one of the better light beers out there. It certainly can hang with Coors Light, Miller Lite, Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, which I really need to try. I haven't had it so long. But if you're a person who likes a good light beer and you watch your money and you want to not overspend, this would be a perfect choice, because this is priced at a very good level relative to other beers. And it's made with your typical Anheuser-Busch high quality and quality control standards. So I would give it a C+, maybe, but you know, overall, the overall rating is a C+. It's average, but average plus. But in the world of light beer, well, you know, heck, I mean, as far as light beers go, it could be up there with a B+ or an A-. So if I was somebody that just was a light beer aficionado, I could see going even with an A for this. So for you light beer fans out there, there's nothing bad about Busch Ice. It's certainly a respectable beer. I would highly recommend it for the light beer fans. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to New Orleans. Mardi Gras time.